James will let us say this Piemontese white wine, rare white wine variety next. Stay tuned, I'll tell you more about it. So I was very excited to see this wine, a local wine merchant here, and I purchased this wine because I wanted to try this very rare white wine variety. It's called Timorrasso, and back in the 1980s. So the savior of this wine grape variety is Walter Massa. So it's smaller groups of people or an individual who saves a wine variety from going extinct. And I think that's a great thing about this particular white wine variety. Now, the Piemonte is not really known for its white wine varieties. Yes, they're produced there. There's sparkling wine that's produced. Red wines, of course, is the bulk of the wines that most people think about. But I'll tell you more about this wine. So this is called Derthona. It's produced by Luigi Boveri Timorasso. That's the wine grape variety. So amazingly unique and rare. I've never tasted it before this tasting. So I'm very excited to have found this bottle here in San Francisco, expensive city, for $15 US. So I think it's a really good price point. And this is from the DOC known as Colli Tortonesi. You have the hills of Tortona, and the Colli Tortonesi would be the hills of the Tortona. 14% ABV, which I didn't expect because I don't think I've ever tasted white wine from Italy in that range, or at least at that specific number, ABV, 14%. And I think it's really handsome. What I noticed about this wine is it's really nice, beautiful characterization and viscosity, or the weight of the wine is just really luxuriant. So viscosity meaning texture, and the weight of the wine is a bit heavier. It's about 48 to 60 hours of maceration. That is a skin contact with juice. So that's really going to give a interesting characterization. If it didn't have that longer time of skin contact, it might characterize differently. So this does have a slight batonnage, and it's stored in tank for 12 months. For me, what I noticed was really this distinctive, highly nuanced, almost reminds me of Vermentino, but not quite. And for me, I'm getting some really beautiful characterization that reminds me to pair specifically with oysters and shellfish. So white pasta sauce dishes, you're gonna serve this with chicken, you're gonna serve it with risotto, and I think you can serve it with so many fish dishes, seafood dishes, and it's gonna pair amazingly well. So here we go, scent characterization. So first of all, 94 points out of 100 points. So out of the gate, it's absolutely stunningly gorgeous. And you know, I think this is really that haunting characterization that just keeps you want to try wines like this and find that allure and love of Italian wines. Price points are completely reasonable. If you want to spend more on Italian white wines, you can, but in many ways you find these amazing price points. So I think a lot of people think of imported wines as being so expensive, but instead you find some really amazing, beautiful characterizations like this wine here. So on this white pear, Adriatic fig, crushed oyster shell, definitely on this, and beeswax and flowers. Gorgeous. Next, the flavor profile. Let this suspend just for a moment because you can enjoy the characterization and the texture of this wine. This is really giving some beautiful characterization of Camas pear, that really beautiful, gorgeous winter fruit. A bit of green apple note on this, white pepper note. I would say it's 14% ABV. It's really pushing up some of those characterizations. Flowers, and again, the beeswax comes in lovingly so. And that oyster shell for that, you know, salinity note. Again, 94 points out of 100 points. More reviews to come. It's a great wine world. This is where we have stories like this. Ask your wine merchant to bring in this beautiful variety and bring in this bottle. So do yourself a favor, find a Timorrasso, and maybe it's your wine merchant, maybe it's your favorite restaurant, ask a wine director. Because ultimately, when you look at a wine director, a sommelier, you look at a favorite retail store where you get your wine from, they want to buy the wines you want to buy. How amazing and alluring our wine world is today to have wines like this, and to have that endeavor of that one person saving this wine grape variety. It's not just saving it for an esoteric reason, but for a fantastic, bona fide reason to enjoy with food, family, friends, and so forth. Beautiful. You'll find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WordPress. Thank you for your support. I'd like to have your questions and comments below. What are your favorite white Italian varieties? I'd like to know. And you know, if you've had a Timorrasso and it wasn't this producer, let me know who it was. I'd be really curious. Thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for more. Salute.